this is part 2 of working on this casting pot. And what I've done is reassembled the pot for the pour sections of it. This is our pivot. I've got it wired up so we're not aligned where it goes. But it'll set just like that. And I want to be able to put a temperature probe in it. So what I've done is I think I've marked it where I can sneak this down in right there, or just on the inside of the pot, down next to where the pour lever goes without interfering there. And what I'm going to do is build me a little bracket that comes up and over the top just enough so that I can lock that thermocouple in place. It's got a nut on it, so I'll build me a little bracket that comes back up and over so that it'll be positioned farther back. But that way I can mount it right about there. It'll be in close to the wall of the furnace or of the pot. I can anchor it in place, and it'll still be pretty well out of the way. It'll run over this way and out. So there'll be a little bit of stuff here, but I don't think it'll interfere with anything. I think it'll work fine. And that way it will not interfere with the rest of the pot. If I want to use this as a dip pot, I still can. I won't have anything that's really interfering with anything other than what's already there. So that's the plan so far. I'm going to go ahead and disassemble it, drill this, and lay it back out again, and then figure out how the bracketry is going to go for it. We drilled and deburred our hole right there. And let's see if we've got enough clearance here to put this all together. Well, we've got enough room. We'll go ahead and slot this out a little bit so we can slide it over, and then we'll build a bracket so that this will set into it and we can lock that in. And we'll put it together one more time here. Actually, we'll put it together more than one more time because we're going to have to fit the bracket for the temperature probe here. PID can sit right there. That'll give us room for a little bracket that's going to be a 1/2 inch tall. Okay, we got clearance for that, which was one of the things we had to be sure of. Like we're going to have to assemble the temperature probe in place first. Alright, well, quite a bit of fiddling around there, and it'll take a little bit of alignment because the clearances are really close there, but that will work. That'll give us our temperature probe. That's all I'm going to change on the pot itself, and I didn't change that on the pot, I just changed that on one of the brackets. So that portion's done. Now I think everything else is just clean, reassemble, and then get the PID hooked up and ready to go. I've got to order PID and make sure I've got all the components. I'm not sure I've got a solid state relay. I've got heat sinks. but I may need a PID and a solid state relay. I'll have to check inventory and see what I've got. And what I'm probably going to do is I've got the original mounting base that this mounted on. I'm going to use that because it's already drilled and everything's set up for the pot itself. But I will probably mount it on another. I'll use that as a sub base, and we'll put a little bit bigger base underneath it. Probably aluminum, although I'm not sure about that yet, because we'll have to mount the PID box. And I'm just going to mount it in a electrical box, a plastic electrical box, which is the same as I did on the lubricizers. I'm going to use a little bit bigger square one. I've already picked out the box. I've got to pick that up too. So PID, a switch, a little bit of wiring, and this project will be done too. But yeah, we'll have to set it up on the side of the housing where the original mounting setup went. We'll have to figure out what I'm going to do, because we'll run wires out of there to go over to the PID controller, and there's just 2 wires coming out. I don't know that I'll use this. This is pretty ragged looking, although we could straighten it up, and I won't use some mounting in the side. We'll probably just make a new cover and let our wires come out of there. I may, depending on how well this plate cleans up, we'll just put it over the top and run our wires out the side of it or the front of it. We'll do something so it looks fairly nice. Anyway, this will take care of part 2. Part 3, I will sandblast everything and at least get it ready to blue, and probably go ahead and blue it up. And then we'll assemble everything back together, get the PID hooked up, and go on from there. So if you enjoy these videos, why, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you like them and found them useful. And any comments, suggestions, or complaints, leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for taking the time to watch.